Good morning, guys. My name is Mary Jo Braddy. I am filming this video as part of my decoding and encoding assignment for ER 325. And today we're going to talk about first decoding and then encoding. And I've tried to play with the camera angles a little bit. I'm not really sure how this is going to work, so please forgive me if this is a little bit wonky, but I'm going to have to flip the camera a couple times so I can get my visuals on the screen. Either that or I may just pick them up and see how that works. So the first that we're going to talk about, and for this one I am just going to pick up my visual, is decoding. So when you are teaching students decoding principles or decoding skills, ultimately I believe the goal is to have some phoneme-grapheme association, so there's some letter identification taking place, but then also the ability to marry sounds that are in a word by taking them apart. So what I did is I created a table, a template, and we have a column for the beginning word sounds, we have a column for the ending word sounds, and then we have what is the word? What actually is the word that you're trying to say? So I have a couple of examples here. So the first sound the student would glue or tape or lay onto the template would be an R, because they're trying to decode the word RAM. So you can have them write the word first, or you can have them break the word apart and then write the word. So they tie it back together. So what is the word? RAM. And what is the beginning sound? And the ending sound? Am. And what is the word? RAM. So there's some repetition that's built in there. Depending on how you flip it, you can start with the decoding or you can start with the whole word. I prefer to start with the whole word. Second word that's here is, what is the word? Map. How do you break that apart? What's the beginning sound? And the ending sound is app, map. So they're going to write the word over in the what is the word column. So these are two examples. I actually went through and did a bunch of beginning sounds. What I tried to do, and this will of course depend on the unit or the lesson that's being taught, I tried to make sure that the beginning sounds matched every potential ending sound. So that might make it seem like it's a little bit tricky, but depending on the goal of the lesson, it could be an opportunity for students to build a multitude of different words using the same materials over and over again. So if you have students that are dealing with just tying words to app, you can shift the words around. So instead of map, you might have cap. And then, let's see, also, I think I have a T over here. At any rate, you can make it work so that you can make a multitude of words as opposed to just a static list. So that is my decoding lesson. Now for the encoding, I probably am going to have to flip the phone around, and I'm not really sure how that's going to work. I'm going to do my best to make sure everything is visible on the screen. For my decoding lesson, I did create an Encoding box, and obviously these are so versatile. I think they're probably the tool that I've found the most useful throughout all of my reading instruction classes so far. And so, bear with me. Sorry, I gotta flip you. What I would have the students do is start with these dots above the boxes, and I hope that you can see all three. So I would say the word. Students, what is the word? The word is cat. What is the first sound in cat? It's k. Move your dot into the box. What is the medial sound in cat? That sound is ah. And what is the ending sound in cat? It is t. So move your dot into the box. And you can have them do this a couple of different times, but eventually, for the second round of instruction on encoding, what I would do is have them start with the dots in the box. So students, what is the word? The word is cat. Let's move our dots out of the boxes, and then we're going to write the grapheme associated with that sound. So cat, the first sound is k, cat. That's a C. What's the medial sound? The medial sound is ah. That's an A. And then what's the ending sound? That ending sound is T. Move your dot out of the box and write your T. And so you have the word cat. Now you can do this with as many different words as you can fit into the Encoding boxes. And then obviously if you have digraphs, you can work on that as well. But for the purposes of this, I just stuck with CVC words. Again, I'm so sorry about the camera flip. I couldn't figure out a different way to do it, but those are my encoding and decoding lessons. Thank you so much for watching.